ever. That's crazy.
Delusional.
Call me the GOAT, baby. Man.
Captain by a hook with a red beard. Cap by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, damn, sir. It's the bubble right chirp. In the words of Juvenile, baby. How you love that? Anyway, great, beautiful show coming at you live today. My man JC will be here in a moment. He's in the green room eating pretzels and drinking a Mountain Dew. I'm kidding. We don't have a green room. But anyway, before we get into all things on the gridiron, we got a good one tonight. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, taking on Penn State. Before we get to that, before we get to Ohio State, before we get to all things Wildcard weekend, I was thinking the other day, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these kids aren't soft. Maybe I'm just an old geezer. And then Mick Cronin, one of the greatest college basketball coaches ever, he said, you know what? Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs.
But we don't play. We're soft. So don't tell me you want to win. Like, just don't tell me you want to win. So don't tell me you want to win. It's crazy, you know. And it's every day. I'm tired of it. It's every day.
He's tired of it.
I have the most energy of anybody at practice every day. I'm upset with everybody in that locker room. My assistant coaches
All
and my
of them.
players. I mean, I don't need to do anything else. I almost got 500 wins.
I'm
only
Gucci.
53. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. But yet I come in and I have more passion and energy and pride than everybody in. That's the problem. So what the truth of it is, Ben, it's really hard to coach people that are delusional.
Delusional.
The hungry dog gets the bone. We got guys that think they're way better than they are. They're nice kids. They're completely delusional about who they are.
They're nice kids. That's code for I'd let you date my daughter. Yet, I do not want to go to war with you. Man, I couldn't have articulated this generation of college basketball players any better. This coming after UCLA, the mighty Bruins lose 2 and a row in both games in ugly fashion. On the road at Nebraska and then at home against Michigan. Let's pivot real quick. We're talking Michigan basketball, people. I screamed for 5 years. Juwan Howard, horrible coach. I was told I was crazy. Dusty May, in his first season at Michigan, completely new, ramped up squad, 12-3. Already, it's June 8th. This was yesterday. It's June 9th today. January, people. This is a morning show, and I'm still waking up. It's January 9th, and the Michigan Wolverines already. Not only do they have more wins than last season total, 4 more, they already have 1 more conference win than all of last season. Talk about trash. They went 3-17 last year, starting this year off 4-0. They've lost 3 games total this season, 12-3 record. combined 5 points in all 3 of those losses, 2 of them by 2 points, 1 of them by 1. Have not lost a game by more than 1 bucket all season. And they bullied UCLA on Tuesday night. No matter what UCLA did, it was not enough. Later in the show, after we talk football, I want to talk Duke. I want to talk North Carolina. I want to talk ACC basketball. And right now, just to leave you with something funny. Isn't it funny how that Kentucky blue gives these kids a level of arrogance and cockiness they never had before? Ortega. I mean, the kid is special. Kentucky getting that turkey dog whooped against Georgia the other night. He was seen on camera saying that this was Georgia's Super Bowl. Ortega, you played for an Oklahoma Sooner team last season. You were not scouted by Kentucky out of high school. Oh, and that Oklahoma team you were on? 8-10 in conference play and completely missed the tournament. Ortega, my friend, this was your Super Bowl. Anyway, let's jump into some damn football. Speaking of Super Bowl, my man, Jaden Chandler Parnell, the always amazing JCP from the JC Pod. How the hell we doing today, baby? Are we delusional? Are we working our ass off?
Man, I might be. I don't know if I am enough.
Man,
I'll tell you what. I was ready to be inspired this morning.
Yeah.
Right?
You
I was ready. And I won't lie. I was ready to be inspired this morning. Hear the video. Couldn't hear it, so I'll have to listen back and hear it again. But, man, how you doing over there? Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Hey. One day my producer will figure this thing out. I had
maybe one day mine will too.
About him dropping the damn Jello ball shit on me.
Whoa.
Man. But how you doing? I know you geeked. This is like
it's that time.
This is like your Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, birthday, all put into one. This is a beautiful 5 days of football, as has been advertised to me. Like I don't effing know. Everybody keeps saying, this is going to be the greatest 5 days of football. Yeah, we get it. Starts off tonight with Notre Dame and Penn State. Get the college kids out the way, and then Saturday, the grown men will play. Run me through this last 4 teams in the college football playoffs. Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas. And I'm going to say this before you get started. Man, I want to bet Texas money line so bad. So bad. But people smarter than me, such as yourself, seem to like Ohio State to win it all. Who you got winning it all first? And then break down both of these games individually. If you don't mind, my dog.
The Fighting Irish. Honestly, I put this out on X, I think of like a week or two ago. I think it's going to be Ohio State, Notre Dame. Regardless of if Ohio State plays, if these 4 teams play the best games, the next 2 games, Ohio State's going to, I think, win it, no doubt, just because of all the talent they have in their roster. It's like, don't get me wrong, all these teams can kind of hang a little bit. By the end of the day, nobody got Jeremiah Smith. I mean, that boy is. And if Ohio State's defense keeps playing as good as they've been playing, I mean, they're a tough out every single week. If you play college football, NCAA 25, if you play and you look at that Ohio State defense, star. They got a lot of stars out there. But before we get to that game, we'll talk. My guess, I would love to take Notre Dame as a fan. I do have a bet on them. It's like plus 600-ish to win, I think, before the playoffs started. Maybe. I can't remember what the odds were. I'll have to look that back up. But that leads me into this game. Notre Dame, Penn State. I actually do think Notre Dame will win this game. My whole thinking of this is basically just, I like the way Notre Dame's defense played against Georgia. If that defense is able to show up again, I think it's going to be really, really hard out for Penn State. I think a lot of the experts I like to listen to as well think Notre Dame's probably going to do man, or they play a lot of man. They think because of the Penn State motion, all the trickery, all the play, all the stuff they do in the background, basically of the offense, they're probably going to play a little bit more zone, and that's going to be interesting to see because man was you can get got a little bit, man, obviously. But overall, I truly think Notre Dame had a real shot to win this game, especially if they can get the run game going. To me, they're one of the toughest teams to stop in the run, and the biggest reason I think Notre Dame won even more now. Jeremiah Love, that boy's playing apparently. Because I was looking at it yesterday, he's around like plus 115ish to score a touchdown. One book I have him at now is minus 145, and then on the other book he's plus 105. So that's a little bit alarming. That is a lot of. There's a big gap there. So
Yeah.
I'm for sure taking Jeremiah Love to score a touchdown then, because that must mean that he's. Marcus Freeman said nobody's 100%, but he said Jeremiah Love's good to go. My only fear is he's starting to play off in a leg sleeve. Last week, he was in a knee brace. I'm assuming he might not be sick anymore. That boy's been sick for like 2 or 3 weeks with some like horrible sickness. I'm hoping that he's. I didn't see anything about the sickness, so I don't know what's going on with that, but good to go. To me, sounds like, hey, he's going to be the best he can be. So I'm going to take Jeremiah Love to score, and if he doesn't score, I like Riley Leonard for Notre Dame. I just like the rushing game in this aspect. I think there is going to be, because I have a way to hedge the passing game, because passing game for Notre Dame, they don't do it. And when they do it, it gets spread around a lot. So it's one of those things. We can't mess with the college props like that. But I do like Riley Leonard to score. But now that Jeremiah Love's healthy, probably lean a little bit more towards him. And then if I had to pick someone for Penn State, I did like Tyler Warren. And I thought about it more as I slept. And Xavier Watts is going to be on him, who's Notre Dame's best defender. So I'll still give it out because of honor, since I gave it out yesterday, but very excited to see what happens there. But those are the 3 guys I'm going to take to score, because in Indiana, you can't bet it live. So bet it before the game passes out. I'm just going to watch and enjoy. Prop-wise, I like 3 I really like. Bo Collins over 17.5. Like I said, if Notre Dame throws the ball, he's going to get over 17.5. These are really, really, really low numbers. That's why I love these. It's just, like I said, Notre Dame has to throw the ball. Last game they threw for 90 yards, and a lot of guys had 1 or 2 receptions, which ain't going to get it done. Another guy I really love.
All you got to do is win, baby. Win.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how Notre Dame wins? RTDB. Run that damn ball.
Ha!
Run that damn rock. Jaden Greathouse, over 10.5 receiving yards as well. Another one that's for Notre Dame where it's like, that's just too low. I mean, that's literally like 1 or 2 receptions if they can just get open over the middle. And one last one, Katron Allen over 5.5 receiving yards. Another number that's just way too low. That's one dump off to running back for Penn State. Because like I said, if Notre Dame plays man, that's one dump off, one guy misses. Cash. 5.5, way too low. But there is some games where he has no receptions for anything. So that could be a bit of a concern. And then one last bet I got.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Before
I
you
just
go
have one
State,
final.
Texas, I want to say something. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. One last bet. This is going to be a little, if you don't like the money line, say it's like, oh, minus 120, you're one of those people, I need some juice. I got something for you. Riley Leonard over a half passing touchdown is minus 180. Way too much juice. And if you remember the game against Georgia, they did a little play action, and there was a guy who went on a slant, and he's basically wide open because he beat the guy off the line. They can do something very similar to that as well. So it's now plus 140, not plus 141 anymore. But Notre Dame, money line, Riley Leonard over a half passing touchdown, plus 140 for a little 2-legger right there. I mean, if Riley Leonard throws for a passing touchdown, good chance they might be winning the game. So nice little way to hedge both of those there and not get, if you don't like the juice either way, put them together, especially for the minus 180.
Hell yeah. I just want to say, on record, I got Notre Dame on the money line. I got a minus 110. I think the Fighting Irish dominate this game start to finish. I think we're looking at another Georgia-type score, 23-10, something like that. I don't think it's going to be a crazy high-scoring game. But I don't know. I like you said, Notre Dame's defense stood out to me. Kind of betting with defense in this game because both of these offenses basically is going to be whoever has time of possession the most, I believe. But I'm rocking with the Fighting Irish and Notre Dame on the money line. True neutral site game for both of these teams traveling down to
The Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
Miami, Hard Rock Stadium.
Man.
Going to be beautiful tonight.
Hell yeah. I'm definitely going to be locked in, as the kids say. But talk to me through tomorrow's game. We got Ohio State versus Texas. And I'll say this one more time before you get started. Texas with Arch Manning beats Arizona State 54-10. Texas against Ohio State with Arch Manning, I think they're plus 2.5. I think this number's too big also, though. +6,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know when this thing opened before Ohio State started turkey dog whooping Oregon, it was like 3.5, and all of a sudden it jumped to 6. I kind of like Texas outright though, but that's just me. I think I'm gonna take a flyer on the 2-1 money line, and just ignore the spread and just be an old fashioned. You remember when you first started betting and you just was picking teams to win? You didn't even care about the spread. Just give me
Yeah,
the money line plus
money
200.
lines.
Yeah, just feels like one of those games for me. I'm just
Might as
gonna ride
well.
Texas. It's the
'Cause I feel like,
playoffs,
yeah,
baby.
anything Texas is going to cover, they're probably going to win at this point, especially because, like, I thought about the spread being 5.5 too. It's just like, man, Ohio State's just playing so damn good that they just might blow teams out. I'll admit.
But they're only playing so damn good for what? 2 games, 3 games?
And we
This
have
is
an
a
S
team
call,
that just cried about losing to Michigan less than a month ago.
which is
A
apparently
little over a
that
month ago.
might have been their sparking point, you would think, apparently. But yeah, the biggest thing I have with this game is I'm just handicapping it as both these teams play their best because I'm not going to lie to you, I really don't
Got
know.
to. Yeah.
I really don't know who's going to win this game. I could see it going either way, but both teams play their best. I just can't see Ohio State not winning this game by about 10 plus. I mean, they truly are just dominant. And I have two bets in this game pretty much. It's them drop my pen. Jeremiah Smith, anytime touchdown. Now it's minus 170. Jeremiah Smith receiving over 84.5. Just because he's the best player on the field. And then past that, I'm just going to watch this game because I really don't know. I think Texas has a chance, but past that, I mean, I just can't get myself to take it. I personally, for me too, I took a Notre Dame money line, Ohio State money line plus 166, a little two-legger right there, but I just can't get myself to take Texas, man. I just offensively, my biggest pet peeve is the red zone. Texas in the red zone has been not the best lately, and I'll give you a guess. Who do you think's the number one defense in red zone?
If I had to guess, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
So that's going to be where the game happens. If Texas does what they do against Arizona State in the red zone,
That shit was
it's going to
ugly.
get
Man.
ugly. It's
I
going to
mean,
be ugly.
14-0 with like 8 minutes left in the first quarter. And
They could have been up way more.
Yeah.
Should have been.
Quinn Ewers. I mean, this guy, I don't want to be mean, but he stinks.
That collarbone injury really seems to
I mean, he sucked.
might have done something to him.
He's the reason they lost to Washington. If you ask me.
Yeah.
They had a chance to win it late. I mean, this guy just totally threw up a meatball.
Last play of the game, fade ball to A.D. Mitchell out the end zone. I can see it in my head.
Yeah.
I can.
Anyway, I will say this. The more we talk about this game, as much as I do like Texas, this over feels too low to me. I'm going to bet the over in this game, 53.5. Ohio State, they play their A game. They're going to touch 30. If Texas play their A game, they're going to touch close to 30 as well.
You know what the best part is? If they don't hit it, it's probably going to be because of Texas, and you can blame Quinn Ewers. Another reason to dislike him.
You want to win? Put Arch in.
I like it.
I don't understand that. We don't have to get into it too deep. We got some NFL to talk about. But I don't get how you could look at a kid with Manning on the back of his damn jersey and say, let's go with the guy who had a mullet last year.
I know. It's tough because, I mean, it's not like Quinn Ewers is like a horrible college quarterback, but you got a Manning. You got a Manning. It's tough. Especially because
you
I'm a little
gave
biased.
a chance last year.
Some college teams would do that. Some college teams would be like, hey, Quinn.
They should have pulled him.
Arch.
Whenever he got hurt and Arch came in for them 2 games, they should have been like, it's your team now, bro. Hey, Quinn. Yeah. Hit the portal, kid. Because you damn sure ain't going to the league.
Some coaches would actually do that. But, yeah.
Not Texas.
Not Texas. No, not Texas.
Just curious. You know more about this sport than I do. Do you think there's any chance Arch Manning comes back next year for Texas?
Oh, yeah. I think Arch Manning's going to be starting for Texas next year because Quinn's gone. Quinn's the one who's gone next year.
Man.
It's almost guaranteed damn near.
My name's Manning, and you got me waiting 2.5 years to get in the damn game. I mean, the kid Manning seems to have a good head on his shoulder, though. Everything I've seen is positive. It's not like he's stirring the pot.
I was about to say, you honestly might be complaining about it more than he is, which goes to show, like, he just doesn't. Boy's just vibing, man.
Gotta love the kid. Got to love the kid.
I'd love him even more if he's playing football.
Man, I can't wait for the Saints to pass him up in the draft.
I can't wait for the Colts to not even get a chance to draft him because they go 8-9 again next year.
Man.
Already wasted too much time on these bum-ass teams.
Saints and Colts. Enjoy your vacation. We got football, baby.
Cancun on 3.
NFL playoffs. Oh yeah, Cancun on 3. Nah, yeah. There are definitely some Saints and Colts players running into each other this weekend.
Derek, well, man,
I know, right?
your favorite player, your
Man.
boy.
Did you see what he said, by the way? We don't have to
Oh,
spend
yeah.
too long on it. He said, "Well, check what I put on tape." Oh, we saw
I
what
didn't
he
see
put
that.
on tape. Low
I
light
don't-
reel, baby.
I put that assumption of he meant 2017 tape.
That motherfucker meant high school tape, I think. God damn, bro. I mean, the kid been ass since ass was ass. It's not like he was great in fucking Oakland or Vegas, wherever the fuck he was at. It's
He had
not like
one
he was
great
going
season.
12-4 every season and they ran him off the island. There's a reason you
Yeah.
don't start for Oakland or Vegas.
Yeah, there's a. You're wrong about that.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for your boy Dennis Allen, you wouldn't even have a job, bro. Anyway, we got the Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers, they're laying 3 on the road at Houston. Houston Texans crawling into the playoffs. Started off 6-2, finished 10-7. Little 4-4 finish down the stretch. Texas +3 at home just feels like a bet you should make. But I think the Chargers dominate this thing. And I think we see a beautiful game, both sides of the field from the Chargers. Kind of want to lay the 3 with it. Total's 42.5, which honestly, anything in the low 40s against these two teams feels too low. I feel like both of these teams get to 20. I think we're looking at a 24, 20, 27, 20 kind of game, which does scare me about the 3. I really don't know what to do with this game. I like the Chargers by a lot. I like the over a little bit. But I could also see the Texans only putting up 6 points. I mean, they put up 2 points the last time I checked them playing. And shout out to all my H-Town friends, as y'all say. The Texans, not good. Where you at on this Chargers-Texas team? I see a little powder blue and yellow on you.
Oh yeah, gotta shout out that boy Harbaugh. We're on Chargers, man. This isn't fate of the AFC South, which I'm sure a lot of people think at this point, just because of much of fate of the Texans lately as a Colts fan. But this is truly, I do think the Chargers have a chance to win. One book has a -2.5, -118, -154 on the money line. Another book has a -3, -105, -155 on the money line. So interesting to look at that there. I'm gonna jump on this 2.5 on this other book, sadly, just because that hook feels like it's gonna matter a little bit. But at the same time, I also think it's gonna be a blowout. So it's like that's where I'm trying to figure out, because we're probably guaranteed what two, 3 blowouts in this wildcard weekend. That's usually what happens in the first round of the playoff, as we get all these kind of poopy and stinky teams out of here. So it's like, man, I'm on Chargers for sure. I just think that they're, based on how the seasons have ended at this point, I've liked the way it's been. And let's be honest, stats don't matter at this point. It's all about vibes at this point, especially when it becomes most of these teams, because most of these teams, you want to see how they finish the season. Texans had a great last drive against the, whatever you call it, against the Titans before they pulled all their starters. They look great out there. Good job, boys. Chargers, really, really good game against the Patriots the week before, and then they played the Raiders. Another really solid game. So I'm on the Chargers for mainly those reasons. I just think they're going to be the better team. And like I said, I can't take Texans, man. They're playing the better football. And then Houston, man, all the receivers are dead this season. No offense. I mean, like, Stephon Diggs gone, Tank Dell gone. I mean, if they were able to shut down Nico Collins, no offense to CJ Stroud, but the way he's been playing lately, I don't think he's going to be able to get it done just by himself. Some quick props real quick. Justin Herbert over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Love that. Vlad McConkey over 72.5 receiving yards and over 5.5 receptions. Love that. And then touchdown-wise, we're going Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins. Just leaving it with the running backs, keeping it simple, man. I don't know who receiver-wise is going to score. Too many receivers that get the ball on both these offenses. And then for the Texans, it's Nico or bust. I'm just not going to bet on Nico because, like I said, I have nothing against C.J. Stroud. I think he's been a pretty good quarterback, but he got a little cocky for a little bit. Now it's like one of those things. It's like, where's he at mentally? Because he's still like, the cockiness is still a little bit there, but you can tell he's not like, he doesn't believe it fully as much anymore. Like there's times he'll be like, you can tell a little bit something's going on up there mentally. So I'm curious to see which CJ Stroud shows up Saturday.
No, I can see. I'm having a vision right now. Score 31-3. 2 minutes left. C.J. Stroud holding a towel, almost in tears on the sideline. But hey, he's the third greatest quarterback ever, according to him. Man, I can see it. Chargers 2.5. For those of you who aren't a dumbass, take the 2.5 as quickly as possible. Um, you'll be feeling a lot better than the 3, even if they win by 30. 2.5, I'll lay the juice minus 118 and take a 2.5 over a 3 any
Yeah.
damn day in the NFL.
Especially like that hook. You know what they say around these parts about that
Hook a
hook.
motherfucker. The hooks burned me so bad I named the show Captain by a Hook. Just know that, people. Pittsburgh, they're taking on Baltimore. Talk about a game nobody wants to watch. I'm kidding. Doesn't it just feel like both of these teams are trending opposite directions?
Yeah, it
Amazon,
just
baby.
really does.
Yeah, it feels like the Steelers were 1 week away. Like if they would have just started this streak a week earlier, it wouldn't even be in the damn playoffs. Baltimore looking like they're ready to go on a damn run here. They're laying 9.5. That's the only thing that does scare me. Division foes. Did Ravens beat the Steelers twice this year?
No, it was only once, I believe. I think
Right.
Steelers got them
Hard
first
to
game.
beat a team 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me like the Ravens even better. 9.5 scares the living yikes out of me. But man, the Steelers haven't put together a decent quarter, much less a decent game in over a month. I just don't see, unless the Ravens do what they did last year in the playoffs and completely abandon the run, I do not see the Ravens even making this game close.
Yeah.
This feels like, my bad, last thing, this feels
Go
like
ahead.
Giants Eagles 1 or 2 years ago where Giants were like the cool trendy +6 or 8 team,
Oh yeah.
and then the Eagles just absolutely annihilated them.
Dog walk them.
Yeah, that's what this game gives me the feeling of. I think it was a Saturday night game too. It was like the prime time, and all of a sudden Giants down 40.
Yeah. Yeah, they got that turkey dog whooped.
Yeah.
I'm remembering that game now. Yeah, I think they got like a field goal blocked right away. Eagles scored, interception. Eagles scored. And it's like, oh, yeah, okay,
The
yep,
whole world was on the +6 or something like that.
yep. And that +6 was over in like the first 12 minutes. But back to this game, I do think Ravens win. I'm on the 9.5. I'm a little less scared than you, just for the fact that I like you said, it feels like both these teams are going the opposite way. And the reason I'm a little less scared, I got the hedge of all time. Baltimore Ravens first half, Steelers end of regulation winner, plus 1,700. So this went from like a $20-$30 sprinkle most weeks. Now, hey, we can put 10-15 on this and get something. But like I don't think the Steelers are really going to win. It just feels like, I don't know. They're just not the best vibes defensively. You hear all the stuff coming out. That's the biggest thing too. Is their defense has not been playing too good. So with that happening and Russ being average, it's not a good combo. Some props I like in this game. I like Rashad Bateman over 46.5 receiving yards. I just think with Nose Flowers, this guy's the big play threat as well. I think Isaiah Likely over 27.5 receiving as well. I think Isaiah Likely is going to get more involvement with Zay Flowers being a long shot to play, according to Ian Rappaport. And then, so I like them. I think Mark Andrews is going to get a lot of the main focus then. So that leaves room for other guys like Isaiah Likely, who 27.5, he's hit that in both Steelers games. Rashad Bateman over 46.5. I believe he hit that in both Steelers games. Don't quote me on that one, though, but I like that as well. Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Love it as well. It is going to get ugly, potentially. And then touchdown scoring wise, got two of them. Mark Andrews, and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, this is another game where I feel like the over is a little too low. But I could also see this game being 38-3 and then landing on 41.
Right. 34-10.
Wilson. Yeah.
31-10, something like that. And you're just like, what in the hell?
Yeah. Nah, I'm sure
Russell
John
Wilson.
Harbaugh, out of respect for Mike Tomlin, if he's up 24 in the fourth, just going to relax. But
Unlimited. Shout out that boy, man.
Boy,
Love that video.
dangerous.
Love that
Delusional. Shout out to Mick Cronin. Man, it's gonna be a fun show, man. Anytime you get they need to kind of change the format. If you ask me, I hate that every playoffs we get some matchup where the teams play 3 times.
Yeah, the division match. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I'm also like, yeah, can we get some other teams playing other teams we don't see as often? Like, it's like for college football, Indiana and Notre Dame playing against each other first time since 1991. Stuff like that's cool. I know
Yeah.
it's a lot harder in the NFL because they play each other all the time, but stuff like that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Different styles of matchup versus another AFC North clash.
Yeah. It's always just that, man. Hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah, thankfully they only beat them
I
once,
know.
and hopefully we get the second one. Because,
No, I definitely that 9.5 is looking better and better. I might lay it with the Ravens with you. Man.
it just feels like they should win this game by like at least 10. The way they've been playing. That's my just view on it. They should win this game by at least 10 the way they've been playing. If they don't, Lamar is probably antsy again, and it's going to be a close game with the Steelers have a chance to win. But I don't see that happening. I don't think.
I will say this: the Ravens usually when they win, they were dog walking people, and if it's a close game, I mean they can win those too, but they usually lose the close games. Just in my experience.
In situations like these, especially.
Yeah. So yeah, 9.5 maybe. I like it and I love it. Another 9-point spread. We got the Buffalo Bills. They're taking on the Denver Broncos, baby. +9 on the Broncos. What do I have to take for you to bet that? Or are you all over this Josh Allen MVP narrative? -9 on the Bills. The total set at 47 here. I think the total's pretty good. I'm not going to bet that under or over.
Mm-hmm.
As
Yeah.
a guy that's a Saints fan, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard not to take Sean Payton +9 points,
I understand it.
especially as a Josh Allen hater. #. Gotta be honest.
Man, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. Then Bills 8.5. I just think this is one of those games that potentially it might end up in a blowout. Mainly because it's going to be funny because I'm about to contradict myself a little bit later. Rookie quarterback. I know Bo Nix has been playing a lot better. I know Sean Payton's been really, really good. But this just kind of feels like the game where they get gotten. There's more of an emotional play for me. Last week they beat the Chiefs 38-0, absolutely dog walk them. First time in the playoffs since 2015. The boys a little relieved. That's why I'm very curious to see. Bo Nix in his first season, very curious how he plays in playoff. Bills basically played nobody last week, so a lot of their key guys are rested and ready to rumble, which is very, very huge. So I'm just on the Bills. I think the Bills will probably just win this by about 10. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a backdoor coverage situation for the Broncos. It just feels like the way the Bills have been playing, especially on offense, they've just been drumming teams. So it's one of those things where defensively, I'm very excited to see how the Broncos can hold up. Biggest thing is going to be some snow in Buffalo as well. It seems like a little bit of weather, a little bit of cold. Makes me lean on Buffalo even more for that reason.
Man, Josh Allen in the snow, trash. Also,
Speaking of,
I'm one of those old school guys that likes to fade teams that arrested.
I do, yeah,
Bo
I
Nix,
understand that.
38-0. Confidence at an all-time high, baby.
Could be
I'm
too.
just talking myself into it.
No, but honestly, like they did play a lot of guys last week. It's going to come down to truly how do the Broncos come out and play? But Bills just feel like there's 3 teams in the AFC are going to win it: Ravens, Bills, or Chiefs. Bills are 8.5. I feel like not a bad number, not the greatest number. So, I'm not of all the spreads I'm taking so far. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. It's playoffs, man. We betted everything, at least on the spread wise or money line wise. Some quick props are like James Cook, Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. We're taking our duo. It's worked out for us most of the year. Cortland Sutton's receiving over. I like it, don't love it at this point. Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns, like it, don't love it. 2 bets I kind of do love though. Ray Davis over 19.5 rushing yards. Bo Nix over 24.5 rushing yards. Both feel just, especially Ray Davis, it feels a tad too low. Ray Davis can pop off, but he's also had games where he goes 6 for 9, 5 for 12, 8 for 20. So we just need him to get 19.5. That feels like, especially with Ray Davis, 1 or 2 big runs. That's basically what we're hoping for. And then for Bo Nix, their rushing attack is just so putrid and horrible and stinky butt. So he has to be in the run game. Like it's bad. Like it's literally John Payton's just trying to find her. I'm shocked Sean Payton himself hasn't gone in at running back at this point. Honestly.
I'm be honest, bro. Well, we didn't have any success in New Orleans because of a run game. Drew Brees is throwing that thing 42 times a game. I will say this: I do like a Josh Allen over. I'm gonna take his over interceptions.
Oh.
Plus money, +100. I wish I can get like over 2.5 at +800. Because Josh Allen is throwing 3 interceptions this game. He's going to cry his way home. And the Broncos, they're going to win it outright. I'm going to be on the Broncos +9, and I'm going to be on Josh Allen over
Love it.
a half of an interception at +100. I don't know, bro. Again, this might be the most biased game I got all weekend.
I was going to say, we are just on two complete opposite sides of that. I love it.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, baby.
Be like that sometimes.
I know. I think we bet together about 80% of the time, but there's that 20% where we're looking at each other from across the sidelines.
We stare you down.
Stare down sports, baby.
Look the wrong way.
I forgot to do the intro today. It's Captain by a Hook. But anyway, yeah,
just vibing.
I don't know, man. I think this is the game where Josh Allen gets ran out of Buffalo.
Oh, even on the MVP season?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest, bro. I remember when Buffalo was trying to run him out of the damn team, and all of a sudden
We haven't
loses
forgot.
Patrick Mahomes, and they say he's the greatest. I still would never understand that narrative.
I don't get that one either, especially in a loss.
Yeah, if you listen to that pregame show, or that game specifically, that's all the announcers talked about for like 5 minutes. Well, I don't think the fans think Josh Allen is really their guy. He struggles in the snow. Maybe he's not meant for the Buffalo climate. He should probably go elsewhere in his career because they hate him here. He cannot win the big game. 3 hours
All of a
later,
sudden now.
loses the big game, and he's the fucking GOAT. Josh
Baby
Allen,
goat.
overrated. Man, I gotta find some book that'll give me 2.5 interceptions.
You'll find it somewhere, I'm sure. Somebody got to have it, right?
I mean, this Broncos secondary is special.
They really are. I mean, they really got a good ass defense. Like that is my one fear a little bit. Is that this Broncos defense, will they shut them down?
Yeah, Bo Nix ain't got to do nothing when Josh Allen gives Broncos 21 points on pick sixes.
Yeah, there's a really good
Into
chance.
Existence, baby. You got the crystal ball going here.
Yeah, you just gotta rub it.
Yeah, get that love. We got the Packers, baby. The injured, the crawling into the playoffs, the let's play our starters even though it don't matter last week and get Jordan Love hurt Packers. +4.5, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles team that hasn't seen Jalen Hurts in about 3.5 weeks. Eagles -4.5. I will say this, when I look at the bracket, my mind automatically goes Eagles-Chiefs rematch. So I like the Eagles to win this game. I've been rooting for the Packers all year, and Packers just haven't shown me that they've been rooting for themselves. I don't know how else to put
Yeah.
it. Packers, I think they're crawling into these playoffs. I think their defense is pretty damn good, but their defense is pretty damn good in the secondary. Eagles, I think they're going to run in them tackles and bust up in them guts. No homo. Eagles -4.5.
Oh.
I think the Eagles get them. I think Jordan Love, honestly, I don't think he makes it through the first half. I think we're looking at a Malik Willis trying to set a 10-plus point comeback in the second half, and I think that comes up very, very short. As heartbreaking as it is, preseason, I was all over these Packers. I'm going to be on the Eagles -4.5 come Sunday.
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles -4.5 as well. I like our trio to score: Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. Love the two rushers more than I do AJ Brown. Saquon over 1.5 receptions as well. Might be on that, but yeah, it sucks. You can't look at the first game these two teams played. It was in Brazil, weird surface, just weird game in general. Teams aren't who they are now. So going into this one, yeah, it just feels like Eagles are going to win it. I really just can't get myself to take the Packers as much as I want to. Just the way the Eagles have been playing football. Like I said, there's another game, one of those games. How the last 4 games have been going. I mean, Packers kind of were trying to win that game at first, and then Jordan Love gets hurt, and then they just kind of like, I guess we're trying to lose it now. Lose to the Packers. Meanwhile, Eagles, they don't play anybody, but they still win, and they've been looking dominant with Saquon and the rushing attack. So it's like, how can you not take them? Especially with Jalen Hurts coming back off a concussion.
Yeah.
Give me the Eagles.
No, they put Kenny Pickett out there as like a sacrificial. Here, go break your ribs, kid. Go take all the injuries for Jalen Hurts to come back and be the superhero. Also,
Please.
doesn't it feel like Jordan Love just been getting hurt every 3 weeks all season?
Yeah, this has been a weird season for him injury-wise. Yeah, he's just been having some bad luck with injuries. Like this one, like he said he's going to be fine. The hand's not a thing to worry about, but it's like, man, it just still sucks. Yeah, it's not like it didn't happen. Like people say, it's
Nah,
like, oh, so you're
hurts
just 100%
people.
now.
6 weeks later, you pull your groin. 6 weeks later, you got a hammy, and now all of a sudden you got an elbow hand injury that you're trying to ignore.
I was like,
You can say whatever you want to say. It's gonna be cold in Philadelphia, and
Yeah.
that arm's gonna be feeling a little funny, if you ask me.
Especially if he gets hit a little weird all of a sudden. It's gonna be interesting. It should be a fun game. Packers do legit
yeah.
have a chance to win. I can't get there myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feels like a tough draw for them. Feels like if they were playing the other team we're about to talk about, might have been a little bit better.
Yeah, that's another thing too, bro. You run into Eagles who not only are a great team, might be the most desperate team of this playoffs outside of the Bills trying to get a trophy.
Oh yeah, they rested Saquon for this moment. You best believe they're gonna be ready.
I know. It's gonna break my heart when the reality hits. I don't want to say it.
We talked about it. We know.
I'm not
We'll
gonna
bring it
say
up. We'll bring it up when it happens.
The Commanders, baby. I'm talking about Washington. They're taking on the Buccaneers. This is gonna be one of those backyard fun games. Give me two gunslinging quarterbacks. Buccaneers laying 3 at home against the Washington Commanders. I never wanted to see a team lose more. The worst way the Saints have ever ended a season outside of the Mike Carney missed extra point. If you know, you know.
No.
Buccaneers slapping it on us. You remember that? 23 for 23 all season on extra
I
points.
do actually.
The lateral play going for 90 yards.
I see that highlight like at least like I feel like
If we win the
every
game,
couple years.
we go to the wild card. Chance to
I didn't know
tie
that
it
was
up.
the situation.
Oh
That's
yeah.
crazy.
No,
I didn't know the
that's actually-
situation. I just knew the play. That's crazy.
Yeah, and this was back when they kicked extra points from the 2.
Buddy, shake that hoe. Man, this game's gonna be great though.
Sorry, I'm like flashing back. That was a roller coaster, bro.
So you get lost in sauce. It's like, oh, this boy. We gotta save him. We're gonna lose him.
That
Sorry,
play
get
and the
crying.
bluegrass miracle for LSU. Wow. Anyway, yeah, we got the Bucks -3, total 50 and a hook. I'm gonna be on the Commanders +3, and I don't feel too great about it. I also want to see Baker Mayfield get hit so hard his helmet turns backwards.
He's a Saints fan, people.
Yeah.
No, I'm.
He put his nuts on my defensive back, and then Mike Evans pulled his thing out and slapped it on our forehead.
All I'm gonna say is Sean Payton puts 4 or 5 guys on Mike Evans on that play because nobody else is getting the ball. Let's be honest. Anyway, though, Commanders +3 for sure. I just like them to keep it close. I think Jaden Daniels can have a pretty decent game. I like his rushing over at 48.5. I also like Baker Mayfield's rushing over at 47.5. I think it's going to just be a truly fun, exciting game. Going to be close. I mean, the spread's 50.5. This could be a 24-21 game. I think it might be something similar like that. The best part about why I like the Commanders, Jaden Daniels likes those short underneath throws, likes the completions. Buccaneers play a little bit of soft coverage. It's going to give him a chance to get completions to his guys, let him get moving. Something else I'd like though, Jalen McMillan over 49.5 receiving yards for the Bucs. Mike Evans gonna have a lot of focus on him. I think that McMillan's hit this over, I think, 5 games in a row now. He's been truly stepping up. Dude, he's pretty good. Yeah, that route he ran to score the touchdown, nasty. So I like that. I like the Commies to win this game. I think that they win their first playoff game, and it's crazy. Shout out to them for real for what the turnaround they have from Dan Snyder and the bursting poop pipes to winners now all of a sudden.
No, hats off to Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, and Jaden Daniels. You can't not give the kid credit.
He's playing great. He's playing some good football.
I heard a rumor that Pierce, I can't think of his first name.
Antonio Pierce?
Yeah, wanted to get Jaden Daniels in the draft and wanted to hire Cliff Kingsbury, and somehow, some way, couldn't get it done.
Mark Davis, is that who I did it? No, I wouldn't be shocked. If that, because I think Antonio Pierce was his guy at Arizona State, so they actually had the connection. So I think I believe that'd be true. I just don't know for sure.
Yeah, I like the Commanders with you, man. Plus the 3.
Teaser get to +9. I'm kidding. I'm never taking a teaser again, man. I'm so over them. After the Patriots blew the number 1 pick, after the Patriots blew the number 1 pick last week, and they beat the Bills. I'm never taking a teaser ever again, man. I'm over it. Bills can't cover 3.5 against a team who wants them. Actually, I'm sorry, they didn't want the number 1 overall pick, and then they fired their coach 20 minutes later. What a
Oh
joke of
yeah.
a franchise.
Kraft said, "Hey, Jared, hey, come here real quick." I ain't gonna lie to you though. As far as teasers go, it's the playoffs. I feel like this is a perfect weekend to tease every game. Whatever side you like, just tease it.
Probably.
If we did it just from the games we talked about, we would have Chargers +3, Ravens -3.5. We're opposite on Bills,
Yeah.
Broncos, but I think either way you tease that, unless the Broncos went outright. But I mean, you can get the Broncos +15. You
Which
can
isn't
also
too
get the
bad at
Bills
all.
-3. Eagles, you can get them +2.5, +3, depending on how you do it, and then Commanders +10.
And if you get, I was gonna say, if you get to plus, you buy the 7, you get some even better numbers. In some of
Yeah.
these spots, you get the Ravens 2.5, Chargers +4.5, Eagles +2.5. Not bad. Like you're truly right about that, though. Honestly,
Oh,
I'm
I
really
know.
mad at the Patriots. I had to throw the
Teasers.
Patriots in there.
Yeah, F the Patriots, bro.
Hate them.
Teasers and parlays are definitely for losers. There is a reason it looks that good. Because cake is bad for you and cake looks delicious. We got one more game
Perfect.
in this wild card weekend. The Minnesota Vikings, baby. I think Sam Darnold is broken. Send him back to sender. We got the Los Angeles Rams,
I don't know.
maybe, just maybe, the hottest team in football right now. The way they finished the season, Rams -105 on the money line. That's where my money is going to be. I think the Vikings last week. I don't think that was a fluke. I think they showed us who they really are. We've seen them only put up 12 points a few times this season. Um, it just happens. Sam Darnold's falling apart going into the playoffs. I mean, there's an old saying in football: they are who we thought they were. Sam Darnold is who we thought he was. Give me the Rams -105. Where you at on this beautiful Monday night football
Man,
game?
give me the Vikings on the money line. I actually do think there's a chance the Vikings win this game. Um, Man, that's crazy. On the other book, Rams are +100 if you want to go back to that one. Anyway, though, no, Vikings, I think they do have a realistic shot to win this game. I mean, if you look, the way I'm kind of looking at last game, I mean, they made it to the red zone a lot. They just imploded. Sam Darnold really never settled in. So maybe that'll change this week a little bit. Defensively, I think they have a real chance to get after Matt Stafford, just because the offensive line has been the greatest for the Rams. Been a lot better, but it's not been the greatest. So I truly think the Vikings have a chance here. It just comes back to Sam Darnold. Is he going to play a little bit better this game? Over 1.5 passing touchdowns. This is the same situation where I'm going to take him over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm going to take Vikings money line, get +132. Don't mind that at all. And then, but past that, I'm not really on many props this game. I need to do a little bit more research because I don't. I just feel like this could be like a 12-9 game, like we saw with Jacksonville and the Vikings early in the season, or this could be a 34-32 shootout, something like that. I don't know. One last bet I have though. Besides, we got Vikings money line. I'm going to parlay that with Matt Stafford over. No, excuse me, Sam Darnold over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And there's one little. This is probably my favorite bet of the game. I want to see if it's still here. Matt Stafford over a half rushing yard +100. I mean, come on, man.
You
He can
can't
fall.
do it.
He can fall forward for a yard, man. Way too low. I love it, especially because the only reason, especially taking is +100. It's like, come on, man. I mean, he's
Man.
ran. All he has to do with that pass rush too, because of the blitzing and everything. There's a chance you just whoop, whoop, and then you see his old ass just
Waddle for 4 yards.
yeah, and then he's gonna take 3 knees, and we're gonna rage because we won by that hook, baby.
Nah, that's my biggest fear. I think
Yeah.
if he runs, it's 2 or 3 yards, and then I think he's gonna kneel it a few times.
knee. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared of that, but if I'm not scared of that, over a half, that's just way too low.
Yeah, one of my favorite bets this year was Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins under a half-yard rushing. Cha-ching! But
Right.
I do agree with you. The Vikings, they could have, and who knows? Momentum is the biggest thing in sports that people ignore. If they do kick a field goal early in that game and go 7-3, maybe we're looking at a different game. The Lions stopped them on a 2 and just absolutely erupted after that.
Yeah. Beat them down.
And then they stopped them again later on the 4. Yeah. I don't know the difference. Nobody will know. But I think if you just play it smart and kick the field goals, you're in that game a little better. But then
Maybe.
again, That's
It
why I'm
is the
taking the
Lions.
Rams, baby.
But yeah, at the same time, it also is the Vikings. We've seen this movie many, many, many times before.
Man, I will say this. I hate the Vikings.
I still remember that Giants game. I think it was 2 years ago before the Giants got that turkey dog whooped by the Eagles, where they beat the 4th and 8, 4th and 10, 4th and 12. Kirk Cousins checked down, game over. I was just like, man, tough way to end the season. That's my last memory of the Vikings in the playoffs.
Man, I got memories going back to the 70s. Saints' first ever playoff game. First ever. We're geeked up, ready to roll. Vikings beat us like 63-0. I'm not even joking. And then of course the Stephon Diggs effing miracle and next
Damn, that
year
one too, yeah.
we lose to him in overtime. Not a big fan of the Vikings.
Understandable. I can't blame you. I wouldn't be either. It's like me and the
Vikings,
Patriots.
yeah. Vikings, Cowboys, Niners, and of course
The Whiners.
those dirty boards. The dirty birds?
You want to say the dirty boy birds?
Hey, Atlanta baby, roadkill. Now if you flip their logo upside down, it's a dead bird
You're right, though.
just laying on the side of the road. Talk to the people, man. Anything you want to leave, anything you want to let behind, any parlay, teaser, shootout, luck,
Man.
Notre Dame, fighting Irish, and go Purdue Boilermakers tonight against Rutgers. Anything you got on your
Hey,
mind, give it to them.
shout out them Irish boys. Also shout out them Purdue boys. Some quick specials we got that I don't mind. Any four of Saquon Barkley, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, AJ Brown, Mark Andrews scored touchdowns. I like 3 of those 4 guys, so why not? Bucky Irving, James Cook, Mike Evans, Jordan Addison, Nico Collins, another situation. I like those guys. Plus 50, plus 600. Don't mind those 2 at all. But no, I'm excited, man. There's no more award markets for MVP, comeback player of the year, all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. People should be fun. It's probably gonna be Josh Allen, honestly. I wouldn't mind if it's Lamar. Wouldn't mind if it's Josh, honestly. I could see it going either way, but it's probably gonna be Josh.
I honestly think it should be Joe Burrow.
If they would have made the playoffs, he might have honestly had a real argument.
I also think Jamar Chase deserves it more than any of them quarterbacks.
Jamar Chase might honestly deserve offensive player of the year, but it sucks that it's going to go to Saquon because Saquon just had a great year too. Jamar Chase won the triple crown, by the way.
Yeah. You think they made their decision in week 10 and now they're looking like, damn.
I honestly would not say that because I genuinely think there is some people, because I've seen some of the AP voters, so I just follow them on shows and everything. I have seen some of the AP voters kind of be like, man, this year's kind of one of the harder years we've had in a while. So, I mean, I genuinely think there are some people for sure I think that made up their mind for a long, long, long time because, Lamar's already won a few, let's give it to Josh, or situations like that. But I do think it's kind of going to be a bit wide open, but I think it's going to be one of those things where we think it's wide open and then it gets announced and everyone's kind of like, yeah, makes sense. We all kind of knew that.
Man, they got some fun prop markets up for the playoffs.
I almost thought we might talk about that today, but oh my god, there's way too many wildcard games with blowout potential. I'm like, we'll probably should save that for divisional.
I mean, honestly, I think you can pick a team you think is going to make a deep run and get some good numbers on some of these.
Oh, 100%. Like on the Super Bowl odds, anybody under Chiefs
like
Lions.
most rushing yards in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that too.
You can
by the way,
Montgomery at 22-1.
Forgot Dave Montgomery back, by the way, if they play next week. Yeah. He might be back next week. No, he actually might be back next week if they play. But yeah, I wouldn't bet that. There's no way they give him a heavy workload.
How you feel about Bucky Irving? Nah, I'm playing.
Don't mind it. Boy might be out by the second round though, so you're gonna be sweating that hoe. But no, I'm really excited for this weekend. Gonna be a fun weekend of games. Fun 5 stretch. Can't wait. Love it, man. It's gonna be awesome, man. And then you know what? Here soon, the madness.
Right around the corner, baby. Man, thank you for everything. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time. I truly cannot wait for this Notre Dame game tonight. I'm probably more excited for the Notre Dame game than I am the Ohio State-Texas game, only because I know I'm going to be shaking my head as something Quinn Ewers does tomorrow night.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I'll leave it off with this. Go damn Irish. That's all. I was going to do something, so we're going to keep it simple. Go Irish.
Go Irish. You heard him. You heard him here first. Man, please. All about my bread like some ham and cheese, man. Captain by a hook. Beautiful hour. Talking all things football. Now let's pivot. Jab step. Swing through. One dribble. Pump fake. Reverse pivot. Draw the foul. Get the and one. Let's talk some college basketball, baby. I opened the show talking UCLA. Let me finish that point. Mick Cronin is an old school coach. If you take what he said as anything but love for his players, you need to go look in the mirror. Realize you're soft and delusional as well. He doesn't say that if he doesn't believe these are great kids with great potential. He recruited them for a reason. He's saying they're delusional and thinking they don't have to work to become as great as they can become. He's saying they have potential to be great, and they are delusional thinking they already are. And if you don't think that this will have a positive effect on this team, again, you, my friend, are soft. This is old school coaching. We saw Rick Pitino do this last year, and it worked. We're seeing Mick Cronin doing this year. Both of those coaches were right in the moment. I guarantee you these players showed up to practice the last 2 days busting their ass. I guarantee you these players looked in the mirror and said, I can be and do better. Shout out to Mick Cronin, not giving up on his guys. They're 2-2 in conference play, 11-4. They got a chance to do something special this year. He is top 5 coach in this country, regardless of how you feel about it. He was probably top 10 or 12 a few years ago when he was at Cincinnati, and you had Coach K and Bohine and all these players, Jay Wright even. But due to those retirements, Mick Cronin is a top 5 coach in this league and in this country. Let's talk some things that happened last night in college basketball before we get to tonight in college basketball. I got 3 bets for you tonight. Ended up going 0-3 last night. At this point, just fade me. I am the biggest loser, but I understand if you ride with me. All I've done for 3 seasons is win money and give out winners on this show. Having a cold stretch early January. Need to get my own head out of my ass. Figure out what the hell's going wrong. But last night, Alabama took on South Carolina. Alabama improved to 2-0 in SEC play. 88-68. Came out the gate swinging. 45-28 at the end of the first half. Marcus Sears, 22 points, 6 assists. In the Big East, UConn, baby. Hats off to us and our Marquette Futures. UConn falls to Villanova. Alex Caravan missed a free throw late that could have tied it. UConn only scored 25 first half points, and that was what killed them. Villanova 68-66 win. Don't look now. But Cal Neptune and the Villanova Wildcats are 4-1 in the Big East and 11-5 on a historic's a strong word, on a great stretch of basketball. I believe this team was 5-5 on a 6-game winning streak, turning things around. And as much as I give love to Cal Neptune, Eric Dixon, the 6'8 senior, playing out of his mind. He put this Villanova Wildcats team on his back. He scored 23 points last night. He's averaging 26 points on the season, shooting the ball over 50%. Shout out to Eric Dixon. Shout out to Kyle Nepp. Shout out to the Villanova Wildcats taking down UConn. UConn wins a few games and they get back in the top 10. Meanwhile, you got teams 14-1, not even ranked. Make it make sense. Texas A&M, they improve to 2-0 in SEC play, 80-78. They come back from down 9 at the half. They beat a good Oklahoma Sooners team. Absolute shootout between these two teams. You had Zurich Phelps for Texas A&M. He dropped 34, and Bryson Goodine, number 2. Sorry if I say your name wrong. He drops 34 points in a losing effort for Oklahoma. SEC basketball. It's crazy this year. It's where it's at. Kansas, baby. The sky was falling when they lost to West Virginia. All they've done since then, whoop some ass. Hunter Dickinson, double-double, 15 points, 12 rebounds. They hold Arizona State to 13 second half points, 74-55 win for the Jayhawks last night. Kansas, watch out now. Illinois, maybe the hottest team in basketball. They improved to 4-1 in Big Ten play, 12-3 on the season. Illinois, 3 games straight where they just took no prisoners. 91-52. 91-50. No, I'm kidding. 40-point win for Illinois over Penn State. All these blowouts. I'm joking with myself because you got all these blowouts and I'm over here sweating out UConn Villanova. Why didn't I have Illinois minus 9.5? Alabama minus 9. Kansas minus 9. What am I doing? I guess it's the year of the chalk. Gonzaga, baby. I'm just bringing this up to say this. Yikes. 30-point favorites. They win by 13. Shout out to Graham Ike. 15 points, 19 rebounds as Gonzaga gets the win. Old Mississippi, baby. I thought I told you. This Ole Miss team, they're some dogs, baby. 13-2 now on the season. 2-0. Excuse me. 2-0 in SEC play. Ole Miss went on the road. I thought Arkansas would put up some fight because they lost to Tennessee so poorly, and now they're at home. But guess what? Pig Suey got that ass busted again. 0-2 now in SEC play. Arkansas lose to Ole Miss. Arkansas, you need a better coach. You also need to start John L. Davis at the point guard position. Stop putting his ass in the corner. This kid carried Florida Atlantic to a Final Four. And now he has to sit in the corner like he's Quentin Richardson. John Calipari, horrible coaching. Arkansas, no ball movement. Only scored 66 points. All the talent you supposedly have, you should be putting up 100 a game for walking teams. Ole Miss, 73-66 victory over the pathetic, the pitiful Arkansas Razorbacks. I love it. I love that Arkansas fans were so, in the words of Mick Cronin, delusional. They get John Calipari and think, we're going to win a championship. It don't work like that. John Calipari, not famous for winning championships, famous for putting kids into the NBA, which, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Get the people paid, as they say. Central Florida, they're an underrated team in the Big 12. 75-74 victory over Colorado. Colorado, now 0-3 in Big 12 play, fall to 9-5 on the season. Florida State, they're rocking and they're rolling. 11-4 now after beating Miami 80-65. And Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. I had some hope for them this year. They're now 7-8. They fall to 1-3 in ACC play, and this is their second game in a row where they lose by 1 point. 66-65 win for North Carolina State last night. A tale of two halves, if you will. And George Washington, don't look now. They're 2-1 in A10 play, 13-3 on the season. Rhode Island from 12-0 to 12-3. Man, life comes at you fast. Rhode Island now 1-2 in A10 play. Probably breaking my heart more than any team in college basketball. Had a lot of hopes for Rhode Island this year. A lot of futures on them, if you know what I mean. 67-75 win for George Washington. I'm sorry. Drake. They beat Bradley last night. Drake now 13-2 on the season, 3-2 in conference play. Bradley, that was their first loss in conference play, 64-57. Indiana, don't look now. This team is a wagon. Rolling through the Big Ten. I'm not gonna say we. I thought it was a fluke what they did to Rutgers due to injuries. They come back and do it to somebody else, I forget who, earlier this week. And then they do it to USC. This Indiana team is just good. Balo, the out-of-shape assassin, 23 points, 8 rebounds. Indiana, 4-1 in Big Ten play, 13-3 on the season. Can't believe people wanted to fire Mike Woodson. Just can't believe it. The Bonnies, St. Bonaventures. I told you yesterday, nothing really matters. 14-1, 13-1 ATS. They come in as dogs. And they get dog walked. Now, it wasn't that bad. But they lose by 5 to St. Louis on the road. St. Bonaventures, 2-1 now. A10 play. The A10, just because of the depth, it is becoming one of the funnest conferences to watch. We got St. Louis, who's 10-6, undefeated in conference play. They're 3-0 in the A10. Just beautiful, man. College basketball is truly beautiful because the unexpected seems to always happen. North Texas, they blow out Rice. San Diego State, they're now 3-1 in Mountain West play. It's crazy how quick we start to worry and have concern for teams. San Diego State was like 7-3, 8-3. Now they're 10-3. San Diego State held Air Force to 38 total points last night. Air Force, 14 second half points. They fall to 3-12, 0-4. And then the last game of the night, California Love. They took on Virginia. Virginia plus 4.5. California wins by 14, 75-61. Man, it's 40 degrees outside where I'm at. And I'm colder than that this week. Betting. But let's do it. let's get to it and get through it. Let's look at tonight's games. I know everybody's going to be watching Notre Dame, Penn State on the gridiron. There is some good games on the hardwood. Oregon, they're taking on Ohio State tonight. Oregon on the road plus 3.5. I like Oregon outright. I think Oregon's just a better team. Ohio State, they've struggled the last few games. Barely beat a horrible Minnesota team. Took them 2 overtimes to win by 1. Lost to a great Michigan State team on Friday. Desperate for a win. I do think Ohio State brings their A game. Oregon, though, I like what Dana Altman's doing. In the words of John Rothstein, he aligns Rubik's Cubes. Oregon plus the 3.5 would be my bet here. I think even if Ohio State wins, we're looking at a close one. 67-66 is the numbers I have for it. If Ohio State can keep Oregon in the 60s, maybe they win this thing. But there's no way in HE double hockey sticks I'm laying 3.5 with Ohio State. I would take Oregon plus the points. We got Maine taking on Binghamton. Give me Maine minus 7.5 if I had to bet it. But I'm gonna forget this game even exists. Starting now. A few more fun ones before I get to my bets. Just gotta find them. Louisiana Tech. I thought they were a hot pick to win the conference that they're in. They start off tough spot. You got to go on the road to El Paso, back that up by going on the road in New Mexico State. Now you're back at home, taking on Florida International. They're laying 8.5 though. For a team that's 0-2 in conference play, definitely need a win to get their confidence rolling. I don't know if they can cover 8.5 though. But if I had to bet this thing, it would be with Louisiana Tech. The Texters minus 8.5 at home. My favorite team, Michigan State, baby. Tom Izzo in the game. Every time I watch a Michigan State team, I tear up. Because I know. Tom Izzo. I'd be lucky if I get another year after this year from him. I think he's on his way out the door. Special. My entire life, Boeheim was at Syracuse. Michigan State had Izzo, and all was right with the world. Michigan State, though, they're taking on Washington. Danny Sprinkle, great upcoming coach. Washington, they got some talent. 10-5 on the year. I think Michigan State wins this thing. I know Michigan State will win this thing. I just don't think they cover 14.5. I think we're looking at an 8-point win from Michigan State. Numbers I have on this game is like 72-64. Michigan State winning. But Michigan State can get rolling. We've seen them beat some teams by 20-30. 14.5 though, a little big for my liking to lay it with Michigan State. And I like Michigan State more than anybody you know. Which means they win by 25. You got to enjoy life. If you can't laugh at yourself, I don't know what to tell you. Washington State, one of my favorite teams this season to bet on. They're laying 16.5. I think that's too big. They're taking on Pacific, to be specific. Washington State, I do think they win it. 13-15. They could cover. This could be a 22-point game. I'm just staying away, man. The way my week's going, no need to put up 16.5 against Washington State. But I love Washington State. I do think they run away with this. Their first year not in the Pac-10, Pac-12. So you got to think they're just going to walk the dog against some of these WCC teams. But Pacific always has been tough program-wise. Back when they had Damon Stoudemire, I used to bet them a lot, plus money. Washington State minus 16.5. I like it. Don't love it enough to bet it. Santa Clara. They were supposed to be a great team this season. Turns out they're not so good. Wait. Turns out maybe they are good. Up and down season form. Same exact thing for Oregon State. And that's who they're playing tonight. Santa Clara -5.5 at home. I think this game should be more of a pick 'em. 1.5 maybe at most. The fact that it's 5.5 though, I would take Oregon State plus the 5.5. But Oregon State is not a team I want to back personally. So I'm gonna stay away from it. San Francisco, the Dons, they're taking on a horrible Portland team. San Francisco is an amazing basketball program, and they have coming off a tough loss, excuse me. Who was that against? I think that was against Washington State. Lost by like 4 or 5. Anyway, San Francisco, I think they bounce back tonight. -20 in the hook. One of my favorite bets that I'm not taking tonight. I think San Francisco wins this thing closer to 30 than 20. Give me the Dons -20 and a hook. And that'll do it for the preview. That'll do it for the preview it. Let's get to tonight's bets. Sorry. Maxing and relaxing over here. Maxing and relaxing over here. I got 3 bets for you in college basketball and 1 in college football. If you missed it earlier in the show with my man JC, I'm going to be on Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, tonight against Penn State. That is football. Notre Dame on the money line, -110, taking on Penn State. Give me the Fighting Irish to go to the championship game. How about that? Doesn't even sound real if you ask me. Moving over to the gridiron. I'm going to start this thing off with the small conference. My alma mater. 35th Ave and Thomas, baby. If you know, you know. Grand Canyon University. They're on the road tonight taking on Utah Valley. Grand Canyon struggled a little bit non-conference. Didn't really struggle as much as they didn't play to the potential we had for them, which was beating everybody by 50. But don't get it confused. Grand Canyon's a pretty damn good team. Utah Valley is too. They're not a stick to shake at. These teams are 1 and 2 in the conference right now as it sits. Grand Canyon, exclamation point on this win. Grand Canyon -3 and the hook. That's the first bet of tonight. Grand Canyon -3.5. And then scrolling up, you'll see College of Charleston. Return of the Mac. Oh, I cry. Oh, I cry. They're taking on Hofstra. Historically, great team, but College of Charleston on another damn level this year. I can't believe they're not -5.5 in this game. You can get them at plus money on the money line or plus 1.5 on the spread. I'm taking College of Charleston even plus 100 on the money line tonight. Give me Chris Mack and the gang to dominate College of Charleston on the money line. And then this is a fun one. Big Ten basketball. It just don't get no better than that. Give me Purdue, the Boilermakers. They're taking on a Rutgers team who I think practice with glue on the ball. 0 ball movement. Gonna bite him tonight. Braden Smith and the gang. He'll have his hands full with Dylan Harper, but I think at the end of it, Purdue will pull away. Give me Purdue -1.5. If you don't mind juice, I took the -135 on the money line, but -1.5. Why the hell not? Purdue Boilermakers. I forgot to hit the horns, but that's the best bet of the damn day is Purdue, baby, taking on Rutgers. So there you have it. That's the 3 college basketball bets and the 1 football bet for tonight. Excuse me. Ah. But now I'm playing. Captain by a hook, baby. Oh, yeah. Ice cold, as they say. 3 bets for you tonight. 1 in college football as well. Give me Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, on the money line, taking on Penn State in the college football playoffs. And then pivoting to the hardwood. We're going Grand Canyon, minus 3.5, taking on Utah Valley. Give me College of Charleston, and the return of the MAC. Plus 100 on the money line, College of Charleston money line. And then the best bet of the day, we're going to the Big Ten and Purdue. The Boilermakers, give me them minus 1.5, taking on Rutgers today at 5. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. It's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare down greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live here for you on the 9th day of the year. Man, I'm going to be honest. Feels like the New Year and Christmas was 3 months ago, doesn't it? Only a week and a day. Wow. Wowzers. Anyway, take all these wagers at your own risk, and please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs. See you guys tomorrow on a beautiful Friday. We'll preview the weekend that is ahead of us in college basketball. All of the Wildcard games talked about in this show. All of our bets, me and JC giving out a bunch of winners in there for you. Also talked Ohio State, Texas tomorrow night earlier in this show. Check it out if you're just tuning in and you missed it. Anyway, I'll holla.